I'm not a beagle owner, but I play one on YouTube. But when many beagle owners buy treats, they often buy the wrong flavors. Studies have shown beagle most prefer one of these three flavors: lamb flavor, swan flavor, and of course, filet mignon, which of course is nothing of the sort. Dollar store treats, the McDonald's of dog food. Visit one of Wavey's treat links below after the program.
So calm back here. That's the spot that Navionics says. This is called Honeycomb Creek, and it does go way back in there. And it looks like it has depth too. But we're gonna go here for now. Let's read the review here. See if I can get it right here. There we go. Goat Island. Putting my glasses on. Shallow Cove Anchorage. That's all it says, really. Maybe I'll write a review. Oh, there's another one. We scoped out Honeycomb Anchorage just west of Goat Island, but the view from the marina felt too civilized. Goat Island is the way to go. Super chill, and took the dinghy and explored the island. Anchored in 20 feet, which is where we're at. 80 feet of chain and about 20 feet of road. Solid and just chilling and grilling. Maybe there's some more here. Look at that. Bah. Anchored here mid-September, 20 foot of water, good holding, 25 feet of water, little wake action and great scenery. Can't ask for more. Yeah. Lots of good reviews. Well, good morning, guys and gals. So let me catch you up on what we're doing here. I try to start the days like this where I fill in any blanks that have been happening, in the past day or two that I will thank myself later when I go to make videos. Because just a little pro tip for you, if you don't take enough footage, then it starts to get hard to tell a story because you're like, oh, I missed that and I missed that. And so I try to turn the phone on and just, fill in the gaps. And the mornings are a good way to start, right after the you'll see in my videos, from the SpongeBob or whatever, But anyways, we stayed the night here behind Goat Island, right before the next lock and dam. I'll put it on the screen which one it is. I can see it from here. This was a great spot. It was nice and calm. It was a beautiful night. It was perfect. Took Wavey over to the island. We explored it yesterday a little bit. It's got these interesting rock formations, kind of rounded soapstone or something, very unique, very different. We got to meet Gary Unger. He's actually right over there in that cove. I'll show you. And we did a little short. If you haven't seen that, just look back on my channel about his boat. He's on the Shallow Drafters. If you're not, you should be. The Shallow Drafters Shantyboat Club on Facebook. Go join it. We're 23,000 members and growing. So I've been sick for a couple days. My head was like a blown up snot balloon. Sorry, gross, but what it was. So Forrest, I just said, keep going. I do not want you to catch this. And he's on the other side of the dam, I don't know, maybe an hour or two down in a nice little sweet spot too. And he's waiting for me this morning. I'm going to go through the lock. I'm going to catch up with him, and then we're going to start traveling again together. So yeah, that's what we're doing. It's November 18th, I think, something like that, 17th, 18th. People sometimes ask me to tell the dates because, there's a little bit of lag in these videos. So November 18th, 2025, and it's Tuesday, I think. So, okay, guys, enough rambling, probably. How about we start the day? Stay tuned. Bring everything to life here. Start the workhorse. Purrs like a kitten. For those that wonder, we have been burning about 1 gallon an hour, like usual, doing about 4.5, 5 miles an hour, depending on the current. It's been great. Very happy with that. pop over to Gary's Cove over here and see if he shot a deer. That'd be kind of cool. Well, I think Gary's out hunting. I'm not seeing his dinghy tied to the side of his shanty, so we'll just, if you see this later, Gary, it's good to meet you. I hope we cross paths again. Another beautiful little stretch of the river right here, right before the Wheeler Locken Dam, which is coming up. It's just starting to peek around the corner right there. Good morning, Lock and Dam. This is a shantyboat heading downstream. I was hoping I could pass through this morning. Good morning, Guntersville, Lock and Dam. This is a boat heading downstream. I was hoping I could pass through this morning. I think somebody's trying to answer. I'll get closer. Good morning, Guntersville, Lock and Dam. This is a boat heading downstream. I was hoping I could pass through this morning. Try it again here on channel 14. Good morning, Guntersville, Lock and Dam. This is a boat heading downstream. I was hoping I could pass through this morning. I can't get him to answer on 16 or 14. I'm not sure why. I guess I'm going to try to call them. Okay, so I called the TVA. They gave me the phone number for the lockmaster, hopefully to the Guntersville Lock and Dam. Well, I can't get a hold of anybody at the moment, so I'm just going to go around the corner right there. I think there's a dock we can pull up to. Oh, it's shallow in here. Wow. I'm not sure what's going on here. This has happened before when we were on the loop last time. I think it was Coffeyville Lock and Dam on the Tin Tom, I think. I couldn't reach him for some reason. We finally worked it out. I'm not really too worried about this, except for Forrest is on the other side kind of waiting for us. I might give him a call and tell him he's either going to have to wait longer or just go ahead and we'll catch up with him. Okay, so I called Forrest. He came through here yesterday. He said it was channel 13, so let's give that a shot. Good morning, Guntersville Lock and Dam. This is a boat heading downstream. I was hoping I could pass through this morning. Okay, guys, so the mystery has been solved. I had to call him on the phone or I would have recorded it for you. Let me find Wavey here. Wavey Gravy! There you are. Come here. Anyhow, so they have, my eyes were not deceiving me. There are some barges in there. And it's like a two-parter. They have a push boat, I think, coming in like a half an hour to move those out of the way. And he said that he was on the towboat channel. That's why he didn't hear us on 16, 14, or 13. So as soon as I see them move, plus I have my radio in my pocket, I can just go around the corner and we can go on through. So no problem. I told him, take your time. This is all a big adventure to me. So we'll go walk Wavey around and check this little area out. Stay tuned. We got a plaque over here. Often gets us started on understanding what the place is all about. Guntersville Dam. Length 397 feet. Height 94 feet. Built by TVA 1935 to 1939 as a unit of its multi-purpose system of dams. One thing I really like about Tennessee is they have a lot of public space and little parks and little picnic areas, and look, this is all empty right here. This is why I often think I should just move down here. This would just be such a... It has so many things going for it. The weather is so much better than up in my neck of the woods. Not to say that in the middle of summer in Superior Land and fall is not awesome, because it is. But I'll tell you, getting a little piece of land down here in Tennessee would be really smart. It would fit me really well, I should say that. And these are the kind of places that I try to mark on my map and mark in my head for later. you know, some winter when I was exploring in the metal tent or in the truck and camper or the ice castle or whatever I can afford. This would be a great place to just come down, hang out. It's, you know, it's free, fishing, decent weather. Man, I mean, you can't ask for much more if you think about it. Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Hey, whenever you're ready, you can come on around and enter the chamber.
Awesome, thank you. I'm walking back to my boat right now, and I will head over there.
That's a roger.
Load up, Beagle. I know this was a nice little walk. Spontaneous, but gotta get back on the boat. I'm bringing my boat around the front of the chamber right now, sir.
Yeah, that's a roger. Just come on in here. I got the gates open. Just come in, catch you a floating bit, and I'll get you locked down. Just holler at me when you get tied off.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm trying to snag up the back this time. Let's see if it works. This is something a little different, guys. Let me show you. So, I just went and tied to the back so we don't have to do the reverse thing because the wind is coming at us from this direction. So, nice. I am all tied up, sir.
Roger, roger.
And while we're back here, I love you, my little workhorse. I bet they're blowing the horn pretty soon. Let's see if we can catch it. Pretty cool. We should have another horn here in a minute. Patience. Patience. Oh, wouldn't that have been something if I could have timed that? There we go. They're all a little different. I like that one. Thank you very much, sir. You have a good day.
Yes, sir. You too. Be safe out there.
Nice catamaran. We caught up with Forest Tramper. Look at that. Howdy, Forest! Got ourselves a sad case, a shallow drafter that went a little too shallow. I haven't looked up what bridge this is, but it's a nice one. Just checking in with you guys. We are getting towards the end of the day, and Forrest found a potentially good spot to anchor tonight near a town called Trina or Triana or something like that. I will show you. And yeah, we were just talking on the radio, the marine radio, about just how calm it is around here and how beautiful, and how a person could do far worse than just come and live on the rivers, live on this river, and you could do it year round if you wanted to. Really good timing today. We only have about a half an hour left of proper sunlight, I'd say. And to find a spot right at the end of the day like this, great. Okay, guys, so I did pull in there, and it's really, that other side only has room for one shanty boat. It's really narrow in there. It has lots of depth, like 10, 11, 12 feet, but it's narrow. And there's some downed trees in there, so Forrest went back as far as it could. And there's lots of people fishing on the dock, so I couldn't use the dock either. So, long-winded as always, I came across the river, and I'm on the side of the river tonight in about 10 feet of water. But it's going to work fine. Someone drove their car off the road, and they have a wrecker pulling them out. So Forrest and I have been eyeing this railroad trestle. I think it's plenty high, but it is an illusion. Like I've said many times, you have to get kind of close to it, but you know, as we're this close to it, I can tell we got plenty of clearance. And Forrest is a little higher than I am. Oh yeah, piece of cake. This is higher than the trestle over the Ontonagon that I gotta pass under all the time. Piece of cake. And we return to the river after taking a couple days off. It always feels nice. Variety. The spice of life. Okay guys, we are trying to find a place to stay for the night. There's a Wheeler Lock and Dam right there. And we'll pass through it in the morning. But we're thinking this might be a good place. They call this First Creek. And it's Joe Wheeler State Park, I do believe. And this is maybe it looks like a marina. Forest Tramper's gonna build a Super Shanty Part 2. That's what he's deciding right now. Well, good morning, guys and gals. So, Forrest and I, Forrest is right over there, parked next to us. It's always like talking into a mirror. We are right at the Wheeler Dam, Wheeler Lock and Dam, going into Wheeler Lake, I think. Or we might already be in Wheeler Lake. I don't know. We've got a placard here, guys. You know how much I like the placards. And I also like eagles. They just happen to be one of the ways that God talks to me. He talks to all of us in his unique ways, and he sends eagles is one of the ways he does for me. So, Return of the Native. When the Alabama Department of Conservation and Natural Resources began a bald eagle restoration project in 1984, bald eagles had not successfully nested in Alabama since 1949. Thanks to these restoration efforts, bald eagle populations increased, and today they nest on all across the state. Once in danger of extinction, bald eagles made a tremendous comeback not only in Alabama but all across the country. In the fall, there was an influx of bald eagles into Alabama from northern states and Canada. These migrants spend the winter in Alabama enjoying moderate temperatures before returning north in the spring. Historically, bald eagles nested in Alabama's Tennessee River Valley and the state's coastal region. The population dwindled in the 1950s and 60s due mainly to the devastating effects of DDT poisoning. This chemical passes through the food chain by accumulating in fish, which in turn are eaten by eagles. DDT in the eagles caused eggshells to thin so that they broke during incubation and failed to hatch. The population plummeted. Wintering eagles in Alabama became rare, and the breeding population completely died out. Load up. Come on. I know. You never want to go back to the boat, do you? Squid, squid, squid. Squid, 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 squid. Oh, do I have to pull it in for you? Oh, little princess. Okay, squid, squid, squid. Go. Okay, guys, we're pulling out. We're heading towards Wheeler Lock and Dam. Forest trampers. Forest trampers.
Yes, sir. We got 2 pleasure boats requesting a downstream lock through. We're at your front door at the arrival point. Thank you.
Forrest has a stronger signal on his radio, so I couldn't hear what the lock was saying, but it sounds like everything's a go. Forrest has got the hang of it. Pulling right up to the wall. That's a better place for you. For those that wonder what happens to the dinghy when you're going through these locks, it just comes over to the side. It's not a big deal at all. I like looking at the stickers. We've got Mystic Venture, the Love It, Sea Glass, another one that's I can't read. Forrest is cooking while going down the lock. I love it. Are you cooking? And we're opening up. Yes, thank you, sir. So I'm cooking and driving again. I got a really good steak. We're talking like a good cut that kind of, you can actually kind of almost like a ribeye at Publix for like $11. A big one. This is only half of it. I ate half of it for dinner last night. This is the other half for midday. And I love that. I'm going to stop going to Walmart to get meat for a lot of reasons. Okay, this is funny, guys. So Forrest gets ahead of me usually during the day because everybody moves faster than me. And this is the second time this has happened. One of his bumpers keeps falling off. It's like a couple days ago, and I just swooped by and grabbed it. I'm gonna grab it right now. Hold on a second. Okay, well, after a little bit of doing, I found it. We ran over the top of it, and it got wedged underneath my swim platform in the back. So we got it. You're so funny, Forrest. We were just talking on the radio that losing your bumper off the back of your boat, have to turn around and go get it, is right up there with, I blew out my flip-flop, I stepped on a pop top, which is like one of my favorite lines in a song of all time. You just know you got a good life when you got to cruise on back home after blowing out your flip-flop on a pop top. So we're coming into the Florence, Alabama area. This Wilson Lake, I think is what it is. Wilson Lake Lock and Dam. That comes up pretty quick. It's only about 11 miles from the one we just passed through. And man, it's a beautiful day. It's actually kind of hot. Not that I'm complaining. But right now, Forrest and I are trying to figure out where is a good place to stop here in Florence. We've heard there's some free parking somewhere. We'll find it if there is. Okay, guys and gals, so we are coming up on Wilson Lock and Dam. Let me show you. That's it right there. And there's a bypass. The Florence bypass, I think is what they call it. Wilson Lock and Dam. This is 2 pleasure craft heading downstream. We're hoping we could pass through. I'm going to go out on the deck here, see if I can get some range. Wilson Lock and Dam. This is 2 pleasure craft heading downstream. We're hoping we could pass through. Green Pearl, I think you have more of a range than I do. You want to try to hail them?
Copy. Lock and Dam, 2 pleasure craft looking to lock downstream.
We can see they have a barge in one of the chambers, and sometimes the lock masters will go over to a different channel to talk to the barges, and they're not monitoring their main channel as much. That's probably what's going on. We had that happen back in Gunnersville, so Forrest and I are just going to go over in this little side channel here and wait them out, or call them on the phone.
This one or the next one?
14.
Wilson Lock, you copy?
All right, guys, well, we can't get them to answer, so we're going to go right over here and wait it out for a minute. We're going to tie up to this break wall until we can figure out what's going on. Well, we're getting an interesting view of the Lock and Dam this time. I can see that this barge is just slowly threading the needle over there on the bigger chamber. I'm sure that's what they're busy with. We'll just be patient. That's why we're here. We might as well walk over and get a different view of the Lock and Dam. Wow, here's the chamber totally drained. I don't know if you can see that. Interesting. Let's read this real quick for you guys. Sorry for my voice. I've been sick, kind of getting over being sick. So it says 1918 to 1926, in memory of the men who in line of duty sacrificed their lives for the completion of this work. It has a long list of men's names. They must have died building this lock. Maybe the lock system. There's another placard over here. Let's read this one. Wilson Dam, length 4,862 feet, height 137 feet. Construction begun by the U.S. Army in 1918 for the use in World War I and completed in 1925. Acquired by TVA in 1933 as a unit of its multi-purpose systems of dams. Okay, let me catch you up on what's going on. We've had a few developments since the last time I turned the camera on, so where are we? It's like, where's Waldo? Where's Brenton and Wavey? Let me show you. We are in this nice little dock. Obviously, not so little. Got like concrete. And we parked right there. There's another one right over here. And it's attached to this undeveloped piece of land. And according to Google Maps, there is a Dollar General less than a half a mile away over that hill. And the reason why we're here is because Forrest is over at that marina. I'm gonna just kind of tell you the basics, and then you can go over to his channel when he covers it. But his boat, here, let me turn the phone around. His shanty boat has been riding low in the water, like just noticeably over time. He's been out here for about, 2 or 3 weeks now. And I started noticing a little bit. It was like kind of riding low in the front. He was starting to notice that it was handling different. And so he started thinking maybe his center tune is taking on water. Today it was, he was kind of getting beside me coming into the lock, which is just right outside here. And I just was noticing like the front of his boat is just riding super low. Like if it was a windy day or a choppy day, he would be taking on water. And that'll make a captain nervous. So he decided to come over to this. He did some calls and we found a little marina over here, just very close to the lock and dam. It's just right out there. And it's Sunday, but tomorrow the main guy's going to be in. They're going to get his boat out of the water and he's going to do some checking to see if there might be some leaks or some water inside the tunes. So I say all that to say that we are stopping right here, and this is great. This is free. He asked the folks over there that run the marina if it's okay that I am on these docks, and they said, yeah, no problem. Which I'm so not used to. I'm just always ready for the answer of no and $100 a foot, and just, it's like, but no, they said, no, there's nobody using those docks right now. I thought they said they were like a park, but I don't think so, because I see a sign right over here saying that this land is for sale. So I don't know what the status is, but I can tell you this: there's no signs. There's no signs saying we can't be here on this dock, or there's no signs on the property itself saying can't be there either. So that's always a good sign. I've said for a while now that in a time and a place where we live by signs dictating what we can and can't do, if there's no sign, that's a good sign. Okay. All right, guys. We're going to go find something to do. I think we're going to do a little jigging here later. There's always little brim underneath these docks. I think I'll take Wavey up for a walk. We'll go find this Dollar General, get ourselves a couple of gallons of water, and just kind of find something to do. So stay tuned. Did you hear me say walk? Do you want to go for a walk? Oh, we're back in Bud Light territory. Look out. Let's go to the dollar store. Come on. Let's go get a treat. Look at this. The road's right here. Forrest is going in first, and I'm watching the ladies. Wavey's over here sniffing something.
Oh, hi, I'm Wavy Gravy, star of the channel. So I'm here to make sure Brenton gets the right flavor. Yeah, just keep going. But what's this one? This one's kind of new. Okay, we'll try that one right there. And look at these prices. This is like Alabama prices.
You know what this yellow bag means, don't you? Stay. Stay. Sit. Sit. Stay. Stay. Stop. Stay. Ah, blah. Can you make it? You need some help, or can you make it? Need some help? This area has a bunch of parks built into the TVA system here. We've been riding for like 15 minutes and we're still in kind of this TVA conservation area / walking trails and observation point up here. We'll go check out together. Civilian Conservation Corps Pavilion. Corps, I should say. There's a lot to read there. But let's just go see it. We have a lot of this stuff up in Michigan too. It kind of has like a look to it. The structures that were built by the CCC, I guess would be a way to say it, with these outdoor fireplaces. They're really just building for the people, you know, like for everybody to enjoy. You can tell, and quality. Well, howdy guys and gals. Checking in with you.
It was on my list to look at yesterday and I freaking forgot about it.
For us there. We are leaving the little cove that we stayed at for 3 nights actually, while Forrest was getting his boat fixed. His center tune was leaking. If you want to know more about that, just go to his channel, linked below, Shantyboat Adventures. But we're leaving this morning. It's a little bit windy today, but we're going to pass through the lock here in Florence, Alabama. Forrest's boat is riding so much better now. You probably see the difference here. It's nice and a lot higher in front. I think we're waiting for them to pass through. It got kind of chilly today. I'd say it's probably only high 40s probably, but it's only going to last for a couple days, and it's snowing up in Michigan right now. Okay, the lockmaster just honked the horn and gave us the green light, so we're going in. They tied up right in the middle, which is making it so Forrest has to go in front of them, and I guess I'm going to go behind them here. The nice female lockmaster just came up right here on the ledge. She's talking to everyone, and she told us that when we get through that she's going to blow the horn, and then she wants Forrest and I to leave first before the big boat, so no problem. I was wondering how this worked because I wasn't seeing any doors coming in, and I'm seeing some bubbles right here. I think this is one of those rising, there's a name for the type. I'll put it on the screen, I'll have to look it up, but They come up from the bottom and they make a wall instead of like the swinging doors. It looks like a submarine surfacing with a big walkway on top. Let's check out the stickers. We got Freedom, I've seen him before. Soul of a Sailor, MV Sea Shine, Be Kind, Be Wise, Be Brave, Good Advice, The Mystic Venture, and Ambitions. Wow, once this thing gets moving, it really starts going fast. I think we're getting pretty close to the bottom here, guys. Let me show you. Okay guys, I'm going to go out on the deck and try to show you something, even though I need to be steering. I'm going right into the wind. But you can see we've got a lot of chop, and Forrest is having a hard time. As soon as it becomes too much, he just sees like a rocking horse. And the barge is a little different. It does like to slap. It'll slap the front, but it's more planted in the water. It's a heavier boat, so it's not affecting us as much. It is splashing on the front, but that's not a big deal. But what we're going to do is we're going to turn into this cove right here and get out of it. Okay, I'm filming from in here, guys. So Forrest is going for the entrance right here to this cove, which is right here. Okay.
4. It's got to show us 3 feet so far.
Okay, 3 feet is what he's seeing in there. I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Getting it in real time here, guys. Sorry for the scooter in the way. It's always the case. Oh yeah, here we go. It's coming up pretty quick. 3 feet is fine though. Okay, I saw like 2 feet, but my reader, my depth sounder is probably a little off by a foot or two, but nice and calm. That's what we're looking for.
2 feet. No, there's only 2 feet right here, man. So between me.
We're gonna go back in this little cove and see how far back we can go. It gets pretty shallow pretty quick. Well, so far so good. Haven't touched bottom. I don't know what this thing drafts, but probably very similar to what the barge drafts with the motor up. Maybe a foot or so. Okay, well I started touching bottom about right here. So, I'd say halfway in, no problem. Forrest and I have been rating our anchorages, and I'd give this one about a 5. It gets the job done, but it's nothing exciting, and it's kind of hard to go to shore because the water's down, and so you have to, it's hard to get to shore, and you're going to get muddy, but some people have real problems, right, Wavey? Right? The green pearl. Not bad. Sniffy sniff. So guys, we are getting close to the end of the Tennessee River side quest, and that's okay. Hopefully, let's see. I'm guessing that we're going to probably have 8 or 9, maybe 10 episodes. Episode 6 publishing today. And then we're going to take a couple weeks, if I haven't already mentioned this, and take off on the scooter and go visit a few friends in December. Get off the boat for a couple weeks. And then we'll come back, and hopefully we'll go up to Cumberland. We'll at least go to Nashville, and we'll have the Cumberland River side quest series. And then it'll be pretty close to February or March. We'll be heading over to the East Coast. So that's kind of how the winter's going right now. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. Seems like 10, 12,000 people are showing up to each video. So that's enough for me. I was kind of hoping for more, but it's all relative. And everything's going pretty good. The boat's going along just fine, and little improvements here and there, and weather's been nice, company's been nice. So maybe I should just say thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. I know there's a lot to watch. I say that a lot. There's a lot to watch on YouTube. So if 10,000 people show up here and watch our videos, that's pretty darn good. So okay, guys. Catch you later. Up, 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 up. Good girl. Good girl. I thought I was tumbling.